Hello, I am Amos Belo, and I'm here with Chad, who was a previous client of mine. Chad, why don't you just give us a little background about your story, where you're from, what you do here in Sioux Falls?
I own a business called 12th Street Auto Care Center. Right now we got 12 employees. I also have five girls that I'm raising as well. One of them is out of the house right now, married to my wife Megan. Always struggling to find the time to get everything done. To be in the business, yet also volunteering and being a good family man as well. Just always struggling.
So, if you could go a little bit more in depth about that, not really having enough time, struggling to balance all these things, but also being involved in all these different
Mhm.
areas that you had passions in. How exactly did it feel to not have time, or kind of just elaborate on everything that was going on in your mind?
Sure. Basically, just you wake up in the morning and you feel behind already because you didn't get what you wanted accomplished done from the day before. It's the anxiety from not being prepared, not finding the time, um, really to devote to these groups that you're volunteering for. At the end of the day, you're just too tired to do anything with your family.
You weren't able to come home and have energy for your family or your kids, or you weren't able to be prepared for these meetings and things that you feel God called you to be a part of.
Mm-hmm.
How did that kind of wear down on you?
Just physically and mentally, more mentally probably than anything. It was just a stress because you know that you only have a certain amount of time with your kids. They're growing up and pretty soon they're going to be gone, and so that just every day it's like another day clicked by and I didn't get to do what I wanted to do. You're trying to be so many people at one time, so mentally drags you down and makes uh, you feel kind of worthless. I would say just like you're doing the stuff, but you're not happy in your own life, and you're not feeling fulfilled basically.
How would you describe the experience, or where did it start changing, and what was that like?
Sure. Yeah, even the first talk that we had, I don't remember what we focused on, but like he told me to try, just kind of got my mindset going as far as, we can fix this, we can get you more time to get the stuff done, and just the different ideas that you had at the very beginning. I think within the first 2 3 weeks, I think I was like, oh my cow, this is like massive change in my life that I'm, just really some simple tweaks in different areas. And, right away I was like getting more stuff done and feeling more accomplished and just a lot more energy during the day. Um, I think it's very early on, the first 2 3 weeks of the coaching, that I was like, wow, this is definitely very effective.
Well, thank you. And I'm
Yeah.
glad to hear about all of it. So, what are some of the other things that you're now looking forward to that you maybe didn't think of at that time?
Definitely spending time with my girls, and my wife, giving myself some more freedoms. I have a feeling that I can take on more, I can do more. It doesn't stress me out. I'm not going to miss out on my kids growing up because I just won't. I'll make sure to spend the time with them. I have the time now, and I also all the other stuff that I wanted to get done. Um, is I already have it planned out as well.
The part that I really enjoyed with working with you and talking with you about is going from the mindset perspective of perfectionism, which a lot of people do have. And as a human, we understand, and as a Christian, we understand that it's impossible. It's impossible to be perfect. It's impossible to get everything done. And so, how is that realization and kind of switching mindset to more of appreciation for what you did get done, what people are doing? How has that influenced kind of like the work relationship with employees or family life or these other meetings?
It's been huge. I was always down on myself for that, but yeah, the way you showed me, just to appreciate what you did get done, appreciating people and what they're doing. When you tell an employee that I noticed what you did last week and it's awesome and keep doing that, and it's just encourages them, and they really appreciate it. It makes you feel good as well.
If you were to speak to someone who maybe is in the similar situation as you, or someone who's just stuck and don't know what to doesn't know what's next, and they're kind of putting off fixing this and maybe missing out on their kids growing up and making those memories, What would you say to those people who are putting that off and not solving it?
Definitely haven't talked to you because I mean that the 8 week course was there's just so many things that you went in there, different little ways to shift your mindset, basically just a new perspective of looking at food or looking at people, just the relationship with God. I mean, there's so many different things that I think there's a lot of people that are in a similar situation with me, where they just keep on taking stuff on and spreading themselves too thin. Just try it, and you'll be surprised. I mean, it'll be eye opening for you, and life changing, really, in the rest of your life, possibly.
If you were to describe your life right now, just using a couple words, what would those be? Because before I was hearing words like stressed, anxious, too busy, missing out, kids' childhood. What are some words that you would use to describe your life right now and looking forward?
Happy, definitely a lot happier, at peace with things. I'm not really nervous about anything that's coming my way. I just feel like I'm just more at peace and um, more focused on the future. Rather, rather the present, and so I would just say just very at peace and not stressed out. I didn't change anything that I was doing, as far as like the involvements that I was in. I still feel like I can do those and do those well in my work and family. Just more organized and more at peace with how I'm doing it.